for coming back to my channel. Today we're going to do a full face of Charlotte Tilbury. I will share the process with you, some thoughts and opinions on the products. And so if you're interested in seeing everything I used and what I think about Charlotte Tilbury, well, just keep watching. Okay guys, we're going to get started and I'm going to start by putting my hair back. I have such thin hair that it always gets in the way. Okay, now I've already done my skincare, just my serums and my eye serum, but I wanted to wait to do my moisturizer because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury creams. Not only are they great skincare, but they prep your face in the most beautiful way for makeup. And so I start with the Magic Eye Cream. It's really, really nice. It's almost gone actually, I need a new one. The price for this is $60, so it's a little pricey. I guess not the priciest in terms of eye creams, but it just preps the under eye in the most beautiful way. The next item that we're gonna go in with is Charlotte Tilbury's Legendary Magic Cream. This thing retails for $100 and some people use it as a moisturizer, some use it as a primer that they go in with right before makeup. Either way, it really does prep the skin in the most amazing way. I feel like it has like a blurring effect, but then also makes the skin tacky and preps it for foundation. In Charlotte's videos, it always shows Charlotte giving just a quick little facial massage. This is expensive, but I like to go into my neck as well. All the skincare I do to my face, I like to do to my neck. Okay, now that we're all nice and juicy and glowy, we're gonna start going in with our makeup. Now, I guess another legendary product, which is Charlotte Tilbury's Hollywood Flawless Filter. Mine is in the shade 4 medium. And this can be used in a few different ways. Some use it as a highlighter, a cream highlighter. Others will use it as a primer, a glowy primer that goes in under the makeup. I kind of do a little bit of both. I like to go into the high points of the face. And then I will do a little in this cheek area and the chin area. Might even go into the nose. This retails for $44, and even though it's a pricey product, I will tell you that it will last forever. I have had it, I want to say 9 months to a year, and the line for me right now shows right about the halfway mark, and I use it quite a bit, so I definitely think that it's worth the $44. I'm going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Complexion brush. This one retails for $40. Again, luxury line of makeup and skincare. So I guess in terms of luxury brands, the price point is not terrible. I do like the brush. I think that in general, I don't use brushes too much, but this one's nice. I do notice that I have used this a little bit more. So I'm just going to sweep up the face very lightly, just to give it a nice little glow. Okay? Okay, now that we have that cream highlighter or the flawless filter in, I like to go in with a color corrector. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Vanish Color Corrector. Mine is in the shade medium, which is pretty much spot on to my skin tone. There you go. This retails for $32. It is a smaller compact, as you can see, but all you need is just a tiny little bit and it will last you forever. So what I like to do is I like to go in with my ring finger and just start to warm up the product. And I go into my under eye. I need it. I was up filming until 1:30 last night and then going over videos until 3 in the morning, so I do have some dark circles under my eye. But I just want to show you what a huge difference a color corrector does. I really didn't use a color corrector up until very recently, and now I can't go without it. I feel like my eyes feel undone without it, but I'm going to just come in a little bit closer, and as you can tell, this eye here has been color corrected, and it just creates this very flat, pulled together, tight appearance, where here you can see the darkness in the under eye. So what a huge difference. And I mean, all I did, I haven't done anything else to my face, was color correct under this eye, and already this side of my face appears to be lifted a little bit. It creates that illusion. So I hate it if I'm starting a new obsession for you, but truly color correcting under the eyes, whether you have the dark circles or not, is really a game changer for me. I never did it before because I never had those dark circles. I don't think I have super dark circles now, but just that tiny adjustment to my makeup routine has done such a dramatic difference. And there you go, color corrected. You're welcome. Okay, next, we're gonna go in with the foundation. The foundation that I love is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation. I'm in the shade 7 medium. She does have 3 foundations in her line, which is the Super Light Foundation, which I have here. I like it. It's good for running errands. It has SPF 15 in it. Very light coverage. I don't necessarily love a full coverage foundation, but Charlotte Tilbury does have one, which is the Magic Hollywood Flawless Foundation. And super full coverage, that's just not my vibe. I like this one, medium coverage, and you can build it up some to an almost full coverage. This retails for $44. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna grab 1 pump here, 1.5 pumps actually. Oops, I got 2 pumps. And then I'm just gonna slowly, just lightly dab it. And I'm going to start at the center of the face and start spreading very lightly. I grabbed too much on my brush, so I'm gonna go into this side as well. I'm not typically a fan of brushes, and the reason for that is because I feel like it leaves a streaky appearance to your foundation. And I guess that's the one thing that stood out about this brush is that I don't see the streaks after I'm done applying my foundation. Typically, or in any case, what I like to do is I like to start in the middle and then kind of just sweep up, making sure I go over every area of my cheeks. I don't ever grab more foundation for my nose. I feel like that's the part of your face that can collect all of the different makeup products that you'll be using. So I will always take what's left over my brush and then go into my nose. Once we have all the powder and bronzers and everything on, you just don't want to have that thick, cakey appearance on your nose. I'm going to grab a little bit more for my forehead. And then of course everything you do to the face, you want to do to the neck. I think by now we know we don't want to be walking around with 2 different colors, or as I like to call it, a foundation turtleneck. Okay, and by now you guys know that I always, regardless of how good the brushing is, I like to go in with a wet sponge just to kind of blend everything in. And I think that looks really nice. Complexion looks really good. Next, we're going to go in with our Magic Vanish Concealer. This one is in the shade 5 and 5 medium. We always like to go in with a concealer that's 1 or 2 shades lighter than our skin tone. I really love this concealer because it's very creamy and emollient, but it doesn't crease. Now, I say that lightly because I will also go into the under eye and set it down with a light layer of powder, but it really is a beautiful concealer. I feel like it doesn't settle into fine lines and wrinkles. It makes the under eye feel hydrated, and I mean, in true Charlotte Tilbury form, she's just wonderful at complexion products, I feel. Now I will go in with the smaller side of the Charlotte Tilbury Complexion brush and start packing the product in very lightly. Because we color corrected, we don't have to go in with heavy layers of concealer, and that's also a good thing because you won't, I feel like the more products you layer in, the more chance you have of creating cake face or having them settle into your fine lines and wrinkles, or even lines if you don't have wrinkles yet. I mean, everybody has lines under their eyes, so that's always a good tip to keep in mind. Okay, so I very lightly will just kind of make sure that the product spreads out to where it needs to go. A wet concealer sponge, my e.l.f. Camel concealer sponge. I love this thing. And again, the same way, just pressing the product in to make sure that everything is melting in beautifully together. Okay, next I'm going to set my under eye, and although I've been using the Pat McGrath quite a bit lately, for years my go-to under eye setting powder was the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish. It's a skin perfecting powder, and I am in the shade 2, which is medium. I absolutely love this powder for under eye. I do carry another one of these in my purse just in case I need to touch up throughout the day, but more than anything, I love just how finely milled it is for under the eyes. It creates the most beautiful, lightest layer under the eye. And so again, I'll just very lightly tap, and then I'll just wisp in there and set it. Just a very light layer will do. Okay, that's gorgeous. This one retails for $45. I'm gonna tell you, it doesn't last very long for me, so it is a little pricey, but again, the quality is just so good that I kind of don't mind spending the 45 bucks. Okay, next I'm going to set my face with Charlotte's Magic Powder, and for under eye and face, it says it is also very finely milled, but I like the powder in the compact better for under my eyes. This retails for $45, and it's just gorgeous. Again, everything complexion, whether it be powder or cream, I feel like Charlotte Tilbury she has the right formula down. So I'm gonna go in with my wet sponge, damp sponge, not wet, and just press it into the skin. Very light layers, but just setting it so that we create the right base, because after this we're going in with our powder products. Next, one of the newest and my absolute favorite products of Charlotte Tilbury is the Airbrush bronzer. Mine is in the shade Tan, number 3. I absolutely love it, not only because it is the most beautiful formula, it includes hyaluronic acid, so it really does also hydrate the skin. It never looks powdery or cakey, but also because I feel like she thought of everything with this one. It's a ton of product. As you can see, this is a very big size. If you compare it to the other big bronzer in this space, which is the Marc Jacobs Tantastic. So it's a lot of product, but also she made it so that these cartridges are refillable. There's a little button here in the back where you can pop the cartridge out so that when you run out, you only purchase the refill powder, which is I think $38, so just a little bit cheaper. But then also, if you like the winter and the summer shades, you can just exchange them in and out, and you don't have to buy the compact again. So I don't know, I like those little details. I feel like it makes me feel that as a brand, they get it. They understand that the consumer's spending a ton of money on their products already. So I'm going to go in with the largest of the new Wayne Goss brushes. These are just gorgeous. I will link them below. I think they might be sold out, and I didn't really make a video on the brushes because I feel like I just started dabbling into natural haired brushes. I'm not that knowledgeable in that yet, and so when I have enough information to share, I definitely will, but they are amazing. They're so soft. They lay down powder products so beautifully. I've really seen a difference in my eyeshadow application, in my powder products with these natural haired brushes. What I do know is that with powder products, you want to be going in with natural haired brushes because the natural hair really does pick up powder very well and then place it down very nicely. And very naturally on the skin, if you can see how beautiful that looks. And synthetic brushes should be used for cream products. You know, actually what I will do is I will link my friend's video down below, Lynn. She just uploaded a video on natural haired brushes, or her favorite brushes, I should say. But she is very knowledgeable in that, and so her as well as Kinky Sweat, those are the two that are responsible for my natural haired brush obsession as of lately. So I'll link their channels down below if you want to check them out. If you do check them out, please tell them that I sent you, because yeah, I want them to know that I think they're awesome. And you know, we're just trying to network here. We're trying to make some friends. And then I'm just gonna pinch it a little bit and then go down the middle or down the sides of my nose just to define the nose just a little bit. That's beautiful. I always like to take the bronzer down my neck, just naturally. It's not gonna get as much sun as your face. And the one that I like, the brush that I like to use for that is the Rephr number 22 brush. It's a big brush. But, you know, they market this bronzer as a face and body bronzer, so I feel like that's why they give you so much product. And what I've noticed, which was my first thought, was, is that bronzer gonna get all over my clothing and is it gonna rub off? And it doesn't, you guys. I do go in with a setting spray, which I'll share with you guys in a second, but it really doesn't rub off, which I love. So it just gives it like a really good glow to the neck as well. Makes things look even. Okay. The next product that we're going in with is blush. These are the Chic to Chic powder blushes. Mine is in the shade Ecstasy. I believe there's 4 different shades. It's very, very natural looking. It's peachy, but then you get a pop of pink there in the middle. And so what I like to do is, again, I will use the Wayne Goss largest brush, and I'll just kind of swirl it on top, going round and round in the peachy area, and then I'll just lightly tap it in the pink, and then I'll just place it down very lightly at first to build it up. It looks really light in the pan, and so you think it's not going to show up on your skin, but it really does. It's pigmented and absolutely gorgeous. Gives your skin the most gorgeous, healthy pink hue. These blushes retail for $40, and I was actually wrong. They have 7 different colors, not 4. So mine again is in Ecstasy. Next, we're gonna go in with a little bit of a highlighter. The highlighter that I have for Charlotte Tilbury is the Glowgasm highlighter, the cream highlighter in Peachgasm, the color peach. It's such a beautiful color. It's peachy pink, just like the blush, but for summer, I feel like it gives your face that beautiful glow. And so I just gently squeeze and I go in. Again, let's not be scared to use creams on top of powders. It totally works, you guys, especially with this formula. She has a beautiful formula. So I'm gonna just go in with my fingers and just gently pat the product in. It's so pretty, you guys. It makes me look so youthful and beautiful, but I don't know if you guys can see the glow there. It's so beautiful. It does not pick up the product underneath that you've already laid down. It looks gorgeous, 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 juicy, dewy, glowy. This highlighter retails for $38 and it will last you forever, forever. Okay guys, so now we're gonna get into the eye look. To be honest, this is the one area where I'm not totally confident recommending any products. The only eyeshadow product that I own for Charlotte Tilbury is this quad here. It's the Pillow Talk quad. Looks like this. This is why first impressions are so important. This was the first quad that I purchased for Charlotte Tilbury, and I gotta tell you that I wasn't super impressed with the formula. I don't know what it is. I didn't find it to be extremely pigmented. That may be the color or the undertone for the Pillow Talk collection and my skin tone. But then also, I had literally just gotten the quad, and it sort of tells you to go in order. So you start this way, and then you end up here with this shimmer color, which is the, this is the topper. And I tried it with my brush, and then I went in with my finger, and I immediately got hard pan, which I thought was ridiculous. I don't go in with a wet brush at all. I never go in really heavy or harsh. So I just wasn't impressed. And even now, like, I can go in with my finger and try to get the shimmer as a topper, and it really takes a lot. So would I recommend it at $53 for a quad? I don't know. I don't have enough experience with Charlotte Tilbury. If this was the only quad they sold, I would say absolutely not. However, people love her eyeshadow formula, and so maybe it was just this one for me. I actually recently just saw Morgan Turner upload a video on all of her Charlotte Tilbury palettes, so I will link that below. I just want you guys to get the full scoop on this product and not just go by what I have to say about it. So again, we're gonna go in with this one because this is all I have. I've been very tempted lately to purchase the Rebel quad, which is the all greens and green shimmers. Green is like, green speaks to my soul. I was born on St. Patty's Day. My favorite color is green. Glitter all day, every day, you know, so that palette was just made for me, or the quad I should say. So I might just break down. Charlotte Tilbury has a sale right now where if you spend $100, you get a free palette, the Darling palette. So maybe it's a good way to hit two birds with one stone and try two different palettes and see how I like them. So, you know, that's a really long-winded review on this quad, but that's just how I feel, okay? It's how I feel. Okay, so we're gonna follow the instructions on the quad, and we're gonna go in the order they say, which is to start with the lightest, which is the base, and then we will go that way, okay? So I will start with the lightest shade, and it's just number 1 on the back of the quad, that's all it says. And I will just go in all over the lid. I'm using a Chicahodo Z11 blend brush. Again, this natural haired brush obsession. It just really deposits the color so nicely. Honestly, I mean, it almost does the work for you. I mean, it's pretty. It's just like, I hate to say this again, but you come off of Pat McGrath and Natasha Denona where everything's so easy, so pigmented, and then you go in with this and it just, you have to work at it so hard. And ain't nobody got time for that. I'm just saying. I'm just being honest. Typically, I don't go out that far, but because it's a lighter color and I really want to create that smoky look that's going to go into the under eye here, I brought this out just a little bit further out. Okay, now we're going to go in with the Sonia G Flat Definer Brush. This is perfect for under eye. And I'm again going to go in with this darker color here. And I'm going to smoke the crap out of it. Really join the bottom lash line to what we got going on the top. Okay, next I'm just gonna wipe off that same flat definer brush, and I'm going to go into the first shade we used, which was this lighter color here. And I'm going to concentrate that in the inner corner and just highlight this area, illuminate the area. Okay, that looks pretty. And then the last part, which again is the one I'm not the biggest fan of, is I'm gonna go into the shimmer topper shade. And I mean, I hope you can see this. It's pretty, it's definitely pretty. It just doesn't show up very well on my eyelids, so we'll try it. What do you guys think? I don't have any Charlotte Tilbury lashes or eyeliner, so I'm gonna go jump off camera and I'm gonna work on that a little bit, and then I will come back and we will do our lips together, okay? Okay, lashes, liner, mascara is on. For the bottom lashes, I did use the Charlotte Tilbury mascara, which I'm absolutely loving. I have a tiny little sample that I got in one of the orders that I placed, and I've absolutely loved it. It does not transfer on the bottom of my under eye there. It lasts all day. When I don't wear lashes, it makes them look voluminous and long, and so I will definitely be picking up the full size of this mascara. I love it. Love it. Okay, so for the lip liners, I have 3 different colors. I have the Iconic Nude, really pretty nude color, works perfectly for my skin tone. Then I have my favorite, which is a berry color, and it's called Bond Girl. I have the matching lipstick to this too. And then I also have the Pillow Talk lip liner. I'm not gonna open this. I just know that that color shows up a little too pink on my skin tone, a little too pink for my liking. So I have a little rotating bag of goodies that I'm putting together for a giveaway for you guys. So this will definitely be in there. And then the lipsticks that I have 2 from the Hot Lips 2 collection. I have Angel Alessandra, which, look at that packaging, you guys. It's so freaking classy, like old Hollywood glamour. And I'm just gonna swatch it for you guys so you guys can see. It's a peachy nude, pretty light, but I love it. And then the other one that I have is Glowing Jen, and again, look at that packaging. Gorgeous. And this one is also a nude, but it has a little bit of a more berry undertone, which I love. These are both in the Hot Lips 2 formula. And then I do have the Matte Revolution formula. And this has more of their standard packaging, which is also gorgeous. And this one is in Bond Girl. So I'll swatch that for you. So freaking gorgeous. Look at that, guys. And look at how pretty that is. Makes it look just a little bit peachy. At nighttime, I do like the Bond Girl, but I will pair it with the Bond Girl matte lipstick just to give it a little more vampy look. But for daytime, I think this is so pretty. It's still pink, but it has a little bit of peach and neutral undertones popping through. The formula is so comfortable, so creamy. It doesn't bleed or anything like that. All right, guys, this is the final look. Super beautiful, pinky, glowy, very natural, classy looking for everyday wear to the office. Charlotte Tilbury, as a whole, absolutely love the brand, love the products. I feel like when it comes to complexion, she just absolutely nails it. The eyeshadows, again, I stand by what I said. They're not really my favorite formula, but like I said, I'm gonna be linking below a video on all the Charlotte Tilbury palettes. I'm gonna be linking a video on natural haired brushes, and I feel like there's one more I need to tag, and I'll make sure everything's down in the description below. Please leave a comment. Let me know what your favorite Charlotte Tilbury product is. I need to try more. And build up the community. Share some thoughts, share your opinions, leave me a question or a video request. I would love for that. I think I always forget to say this, but please subscribe and like the video. But when you subscribe, please hit the notification bell because it will notify you of all future uploads. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you next time. Bye!